Hey, what's going on everybody? My name's Derek, this is Fatal RPM, and in today's video, we are going to be finishing the breakdown of the beautiful VG30 here sitting on the engine stand. We are going to also just get a quick overlook of the condition of the engine. As far as I've seen from the outside, everything looks pretty good with the exception of some of the coolant passages. If we look back here through one of the heater core passages, you can see this gunk inside, which is obviously not good. Real quick, I do want to just state that at this point in time of recording, we have just passed 1,000 subscribers. So all the new people, I want to thank you for joining up. I know I shield for subscribers as I don't usually do that on any social media stuff, but it had been so long that we have been working towards this milestone, the first large milestone of the channel, with just more to come in the future. So in the near future here, I'm actually going to be dropping a lot more content as well as a 1K special. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go over to the channel, click on the community tab, and from there you'll be able to see a poll that I posted a few days ago asking what you beautiful people wanted to see for the 1K special. Now, as it stands, I will be getting started on the video here pretty soon, but from what I've seen, we had a very low amount of people who actually voted on what there is. So if you haven't already, go ahead, go over there, vote for what you would want to see. And if there's nothing there that you're interested in and you wanted to vote for something else, go ahead and tweet me at FatalRPM with what you'd want to see, hashtag 1K special, just for shits and giggles. As we're standing here, we are going to go ahead and get this timing belt off. Now, one unique thing about this engine is when I had pulled off the timing cover, I noticed this guy here, this little tag here, you can see it says remanufactured engine. We have round teeth on our timing, timing belt. So our cams and obviously the crank sprocket are all round tooth, which unlike pretty much any VG that would be in a Z31 from factory had square tooth timing belts. So this kind of helps out a little bit because the VG33 has round teeth as is. So whenever we swap the heads over, we don't have to worry about having the sprocket swapped over. And if you were doing the 33 swap, I don't know if you could use the square teeth cam sprockets on the VG33. I don't see why you couldn't, but honestly, it's a worthwhile investment to improve the longevity of your timing belt to switch to round tooth, as it is a lot less harsh on the belt. It's not going to tear through it as quickly as the square tooth. I think, yeah, that's exactly what I want to say. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and break down the front of this engine super quickly. Everything up here is already unbolted for the intake runners, so we'll pull those off super simple. So let's just jump right into it. These are going to be quick videos, by the way. I promise, quick, like 10 minutes or less. So taking a quick look at the intake side of the heads, it's looking good. However, if this is a sign, we're going to have to really figure something out as far as cleaning these passages go. But other than that, the backside of all the valves look really good. You can kind of see, not really, not super well, at least I'll say that. Backsides of the valves look really clean. The coolant passages, on the other hand, not so much. You can see this is the other side of what that bad coolant passage looked like. Or I wouldn't say bad, but really corroded. I guess it was leaking because all these other ones look good, and you can see the rust build up around here. And this is aluminum, so it doesn't rust. This rust here is definitely from the gasket, so we had a coolant leak up here, which actually explains why this top part of the block is so rusty. If we look at all the other passages though, they don't look nearly as bad as this one does. So I feel like we're just gonna have that build up here only around places that it was leaking. So let's go ahead, tear down these covers and pull off the heads. Oh, we gotta pull off the distributor cap too. Getting this guy off. Under here doesn't look too terribly bad, just by the first look at it. I don't see anything wrong. I mean, the engine was in running condition, so it wouldn't be surprising to not see anything bad under here. Oh, it's rubbing off. Okay, so that does confirm what I thought. So there's a slight smell of like solvent, almost like gas. So I don't know if that means that this is cracked or what. The last time I checked, solvent or veneer doesn't just wipe off like that. We're gonna go ahead, take off the rockers so that we actually get to all, what is it? I think it's 36 head bolts in total. I don't remember how many, I just know it's a lot. This car has a trend of having way too many bolts to solve one issue.
What you're gonna have to do to get the rear bumper off of a Z31 300ZX is get that plastic piece off, and then you have 15 nuts.
So let's go ahead, pull this head off. This will be probably the easiest part, honestly. Let's get this head off and see what the cylinders look like. Alright, so first things first, I may have messed up just a little bit. Apparently all the coolant didn't get out of the system, which I mean, I should have kind of figured. The lowest point to drain the coolant on the engine is right here, which is subsequently the second highest point to right here. So there's no real way to fully drain the engine, and you might have had to figure. Yeah, so we're not going to talk about that. However, what we are going to talk about is the condition of the deck on the passenger side of the engine. So after I pulled everything out, we got the exhaust rocker arms, or we got the exhaust rockers over here. Everything looks, I mean, as it should. Nothing's kind of jumping out at me. And the thing that I have learned so far just by looking forums and stuff is if it doesn't look right, it's probably not. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's part of a gasket inside one of my coolant passages. Everything looks good. I'm not seeing, went ahead and got me a light when I had to go and get the tool. Everything pretty much looks good in here. I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out at me, no scoring or anything. I need to vacuum this stuff out. I'm just gonna jump to having the other head off. It's legitimately the same process as it is on the other side. Biggest difference being we have to pull this guy here out, which is just 3 bolts, that, and a little adjuster one back there. This guy just pops right out. But you do have one bolt hiding in here somewhere, and then I have to take this guy back off. But we have one bolt hiding back here, a little 10 mil. So let's go ahead and get the other head off and see what the other cylinders look like. So as it stands, the other side is off. So we are down to, I can't remember, is this a short block or is it a short block? Oh no, it's a bare block. So yeah, this is a short block, I think, maybe. The short block have a head on it, have heads on it or not? As it stands, we got 3 more accessories left to take off. Dipstick, the thermostat housing, as well as the water pump. Once we get that off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on cleaning that engine up. So as far as these coolant passages look, I mean, they're dirty, which isn't great, but I mean, it's nothing that can't be cleaned. So since the block is steel, we can use something like CLR on it. We're not going to want to use that on aluminum though, but the head's going to be a lot easier to clean than that is. That's going to be pretty much it here for this engine at the moment, as well as this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Anybody who's new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, as well as the subscribe button if you want to support me a little bit more. Go ahead and click the bell icon and all so you get notified when I drop new videos. So in the next video, what we're going to be looking at doing is getting all this wiring mess figured out. Since we are going standalone, we got 2 wire harnesses up on top of the Z, as well as the MS3 right here. Now we are going full sequential, so that's the MS3 and MSX. A little adapter, extra board inside the MS3. And pretty much what the roadmap's going to look like for this car is going to be figure out this engine, and by figure it out, I mean figure out if we're going to be going heads or not, get the full seal kit, clean that, almost said clean it up, clean that engine up just a little bit, finish the body kit, put all the other little peripherals we have on, and then jump to the interior. The interior is going to be one of the last things that I want done on this car, seeing as how we're going to be really tearing everything from the outside, from the inside out once we do the interior. Well, actually probably not everything, but most things. So as you can see here, I do have a dash, not a dash, but a headliner now that we're going to be fixing and putting in because it is in 2 pieces. So all new people here to the channel, thank you for coming once again. As always, I want to thank you again for watching. Peace out, and I will see you in the next one, which might be the 1K special. We'll see. Peace.